Good evening, and welcome to the podcast. You know who I am, obviously. I mean, you've never heard of me. Introduce
You're,
yourself.
I'm Barnaby Tremaine.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
I'm Spartacus.
no, I'm Barnaby Tremaine.
We've been over this. No one knows who Barnaby Tremaine is,
I'm
despite
gonna
his
name,
efforts.
I'm gonna name a few things, and you're gonna tell me what they have in common. Okay. So, Bob the Builder, the Teletubbies, and In the Night Garden.
3 shows I'd pay to never see again.
No, actually, they came out in the year. They came out in Teletubbies technically didn't, but they were on TV during the 2000s. Because today's episode is different. Today we're not talking about sitcoms. They might be mentioned. They were talking about the year 2000 onwards to 2009. So the 2000s is today or nostalgia from when we were a kid, So today we're just going to be blabbing on a little bit. So this video might not get as many views. I mean, to be honest, most of our videos haven't, except our first one. So
you're going to party like it's not 1999?
I mean,
Which it isn't.
I mean, don't remember 1999, so or do I?
You're not missing much.
So this might give away our age, but then again, we could be from the ages of 80 to 22.
You can actually work out my age if you look up a biography of me that's online.
So the 2000s. What's your fondest memories of 2000s? Like
My
nostalgia?
fondest memories.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most of them I was drunk.
Yep. But this is not why we're here today. This is not a therapy session.
Fondest memories was hanging out with all the beautiful people on the indie scene.
Oh, you mean your mate Pete?
Yeah, that fella.
Well, he's not really beautiful, but yeah, you spent most
You
of the
didn't.
time in the 2000s in London, didn't you? In bars and music venues and
Yeah, some of them even played.
yeah, the amateurs.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, your best friend Lily Allen,
Yeah, anyway.
which we found out yesterday. An interesting fact about Pestilence from Interesting, the young ones. Do you want to tell the audience who played Pestilence in the episode Interesting?
That was a certain Mr. Keith Allen.
And who is he when he's at home? He's not related to you.
No, he's not related to me. Why would he be? He's an actor.
I know, but people might think you might be talking about your relative because you're last.
I don't know what you're basing that on.
No, not the
But okay.
Yeah. Keith Allen, an actor, also the dad of your favourite person of all time, Mrs. Lily Allen. Who else? Amy Winehouse. Did she buy you a pint or something like that?
She did.
But they tried to make her go to rehab, didn't they?
Yeah, but she said no, no, no. And I said, give me a drink. And she said, all right.
So yeah, just like 2000s. I mean, I don't know how old I was. Well, I do, but I'm not going to tell people. But the 2000s, like, I remember going to we've got to talk about it, Woolworths, innit? Woolies. Woolworths was good, wasn't it? Woolworths was you get basically anything in Woolworths. Like, if people don't know what Woolworths is, there is a Woolworths in Australia, but it's a completely different thing. But Woolworths in the UK, you could basically buy anything except food. Well, technically, pick a
Well, it was a department store. So,
Yeah,
you sort of had like an electronics department and a sort of household
clothes,
department and all kinds of things.
toys. There was pick a mix, so technically food. Yeah, Woolworths was just like if you needed something, you could probably find it in a Woolies. That's how I see how I saw Woolworths. You could go in there and be like, "Oh, I need this. Oh, there it is. Oh, I need this. Oh, there it is." And when we go in there, sometimes me and Barnaby, we always say it is Woolworths because it's the same, obviously the same building. It's not gonna be a different building, is it?
Well, no.
Because it's inside of a centre. But even the walls, it just look like if people know, then they know, you know. But obviously, we're not going to dox ourselves. But
It's not really a shop for me anymore. It's just a walkway for me. It just happens to have things to buy. Just walk straight in.
We walk through it to get to the other side. It saves a lot of time. It's probably about the same, I'd say, as walking around the other way. But you know, yeah, Woolworths, Blockbuster. You remember Blockbuster in Old Brook?
So you don't want to dox yourself, but you're going to name it in the state of the city we both live in.
Yeah, but like, come on, let's be honest. Like, who's gonna know what the fuck that is? Like, we don't get any views. No one's gonna look up Old Brook. But yeah, do you remember? Anyway, do you remember Blockbuster in Old Brook?
Yeah, well, I remember going past it. We only went in it twice.
Do you know what it is now?
It's little now.
Yeah, it's a big Lidl. They got rid of the rest of it, didn't they? They knocked it down and they built a giant Lidl, which I guess makes sense. But because there was a Pizza Hut there, I think, or was it Domino? It was Pizza Hut, wasn't it?
No, Domino's was there.
There was a Tesco, right? Tesco Extra, I think.
Yeah, there was a Tesco, Domino's,
Blockbuster.
I think, and there was a little beauty shop on the end.
And then after the Blockbusters went shut down, which was 2013, which is weird to think it was that recent. They became a charity shop, I think.
Yeah, that's right, Bernardo's.
Was it Bernardo's? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Blockbuster, and I feel like Woolworths was a big part of my childhood in the 2000s.
Now everyone knows where I get my clothes.
I mean, it's not there anymore, but
I'm kidding. I can't afford charity shops.
I feel like charity shops were a big thing in the 2000s. They're not as much as they like now, but like, but saying that, you can go into a charity shop now and find something from your childhood. Like, what was it, that WCW Galoob Sting I found? And I remember you saying that it might have been yours. You had one like that as a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I'm just thinking if I saw something from my childhood in a charity shop, oh, good, you have trauma.
Again, this is not a therapy session. We're not gonna open up. Unfortunately, it's not that sort of podcast. This is
we'll start with my parents.
What was that?
I will start with my parents.
Oh yeah, your father, who apparently looks like you. Don't believe.
Yeah, poor bloke.
But yeah, like, what do you remember? And what's like shops or like TV you remember being on in the 2000s, or like snacks you used to love that they don't exist anymore? Like,
the only real snack I remember is the Cadbury Fuse bar, which is the best chocolate bar ever, and is much missed.
what was that?
I don't know how you describe it. It had like raisins, and I think it had some sort of nuts. And I think it had puffed rice. It's great. Yeah, yourself.
Cadbury's Fuse sounds vulgar.
Vulgar.
Oh
So
no, I do remember
rightfully
that.
vulgar to call a chocolate bar Fuse.
I remember that. I never had that because it just looked fucking nasty.
Well, that was badass.
No, I bet you ate fucking Bounties, didn't you? You weirdo.
I love Bounties.
Oh, they still exist?
Yeah, not the dark ones though, which were the best ones.
You can't say that, mate.
Well, are you being a Bounty racist?
No, you just can't say that. The dark ones. It sounds a bit racist, you know.
That's what I said.
But yeah, I remember them. I remember Panda Pops as a kid.
No, Panda Pops.
Remember few weeks ago, we
I'll
went
never
into.
taste the green lemonade on again, which is probably a good thing.
I feel like there are some companies out there that made them. When we went into that sweet shop, um, Mr. Sims, I can say that because there's multiple. Um, and we were looking at old sweets, and I got some, and we were talking about I was talking about jawbreakers and the lolly that you squeeze at the sugar, the liquid. I remember those being like going into a shop and you had like a pound and you could get like 10 items for a pound. Do you remember those days?
Just barely. I'm gonna try not to.
And now you go into a shop and a bag of crisps costs £1.25. Oh god.
125. Where are you
Yeah.
shopping? That's a
One,
deal.
125, 135, sometimes 145. Yeah.
240, damn.
240.
Yeah.
Now where are you going? Fucking Marks and Sparks?
Not even close.
But yeah, it's just crazy. Like you could go into a shop in the 2000s, and I assume the 90s. You could go there. You could have a pound. You could get like 10 items and still have change to get more.
Well, there was a time, back in the 90s, you could go to the shop and you could pick up, a couple drinks, a bag of crisps, maybe
Yeah.
some sweets, a bit of
Yeah.
chocolate, and still walk out with £2 in your hand. But you can't do that now. We've got security cameras.
Yeah, sure. That's what I meant. Well, I feel like shops don't have it anymore. Remember the mirrors they had in shops? I feel like it's not really a thing anymore.
The old convex mirror, yeah.
Yeah, and the old boxy TVs that were hanging from the ceiling. I think
Yeah,
Woolies
you don't see those anymore.
did Woolies have those? I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, I think they did, yeah.
The like CCTV ones, and you would like stand there and like dance and stuff. I think some shops still have them. I think there's a Tesco near where I used to live that still has not a boxy one, but it's like a modern TV. But I remember that being a big thing. I remember them hanging from the post offices have them.
Yeah, they did. The old, the old, used to be able to see yourself going in and out of shops.
Yeah.
We actually tried. The footage is out there, so it probably doesn't exist now. We did try to do a ultra mega cheap guerrilla music video like that.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah,
I don't know if we ever got all the footage. Actually, I should have. Not even sure.
Here, we have it. We probably
We
don't.
were told to leave.
I wonder why. But yeah, I feel like I'm not saying shops are boring now, but they used not fun. Like McDonald's. Remember McDonald's used to have like play areas and ball pits and stuff, and now it's just grey and monochrome and boring and not colourful.
It's more beige than grey.
Yeah, but it's still monochrome. Like it's still bland. Like I remember back in the day when I was young. You had like play areas that you could go, like kids if you're a parent, which we might have been in the 90s, 2000 we might not have been. I guess no one will ever know. But I remember going in those as a kid sometimes. And my parents wanted to be forked to one another. They were like, "Oh, go in the play area." I remember having a birthday party. Do you know 360? Is that what it's called? It might not be called that now.
No, I don't know what you mean.
I'm gonna dox myself, but 360 was like I don't know what it was called when I was a kid, but it's called 360 now. Let me look it up. It's called 360, but it wasn't called that when I was a kid. It's an amusement centre, and it had, I'd say, what America's equivalent of Chuck E. Cheese. Do you know what I mean?
We had that. It was called Charlie Chalkett.
We had food. Yeah, so basically it was basically like that. You had a food area, you had like a ball pit area, you had arcades, and I remember on one of my birthdays, probably 2008, 2009, I remember going there for my birthdays. And I remember it being the funniest day ever because they had an outside area as well, and they had these like, how do I describe it? Like these dinosaurs in like sands, like the really I don't know how to explain it. And you had to, I know there were diamonds, I think, and you had to like dig into them and get the diamonds out. And they had one of those things you put in the water, you scoop and you shake it and you shake it until you find like gold mines. Do you know what I
A
mean?
baby?
No, a gold mine. Do you know like what you get like I don't know what they're called, and you shake
A
it.
sieve.
A sieve, yeah, and you'd shake it until you have gold. So that was a thing. They had I think they had bumper cars. But I remember that it's still a thing. It's probably still the same as it was as a kid. Probably more safety precautions because I can tell you for a fact back in the 2000s it wasn't a big thing. Um,
I was at a fairground a couple of years ago, and I saw these bumper cars, and it said that had a big sign saying "Do not bump other drivers."
right? That okay? That's the purpose of bumper cars, isn't it?
So, sure, the whole point.
And that, I just remember like 2000s. Like I feel like kids today, all they got their iPads and their 6-7s and Skibidi Res Ohio and Skibidi Toilet and all that stuff. Like kids today don't know
No cap.
what's that? No cap. Yeah, that's not one. They don't have what we had. You know, like the 90s, 2000s. When you were a kid, it was the best thing ever for some people. But yeah, well, do you remember going to
Good for
any
yourself.
do you ever go to any amusement centers or anything like that as a kid?
No, we weren't allowed.
Okay,
I grew up in quite a well. We just never had any money, so we didn't really have holidays or
really?
days. Yeah, really. I know. It sounds so tragic.
Sounds a bit depressing, if I'm being honest with you, mate.
Well, you've heard my music.
You've been on holidays when you were a kid, though, surely.
A few.
Like where? Where did you go as a kid?
We went to Blackpool once for a day.
Oh yeah, what was that like?
Uh, cold. It was
What did
okay.
what did you
I
do?
remember we went on the seafront. I remember seeing the lights,
Oh yeah, I've never been Blackpool.
and for some reason, I remember being gifted a English to German dictionary.
Why? Do they think you were German?
Yeah, I don't know quite what was going on there.
Did they look at you and say, "Oh, German"? I mean,
I
like
said,
you
"Look at
thought,
that small thing there. I see the glint of Germanic intelligence in his eye."
like that nose is definitely Germanic.
Come
Sorry. If people are wondering, Mr. Tremaine
No, we don't talk about that here.
is actually Alexi Sales' cousin, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Something down those lines. There's something relate. I think we spoke about on the previous podcast how that your was a grandparent or something, and his grandparents came from the same place, right?
Yeah.
Or does that mean you got a gift to be muffled again? Sorry about that.
And so that's where they came from.
But yeah, I remember holidays were quite a big thing. We went to Haven as a kid in Scotland. Um, Haven, Scotland mostly as a kid when I was a child in the 2000s. Guess that's giving away my age, but again, I could be any age.
Well, see, we couldn't afford days out to like safari parks and stuff.
Hmm.
So my parents would take me to like pet shops and garden centres, and they'd tell me that the budgies were baby parrots and that the cats were baby tigers.
Garden centre like that's pretty cool. Did you buy anything? Because sometimes garden centers have like toys, mostly like tin toys and wooden toys, and but I feel like I remember one time I got something from a garden center in Clacton as a kid. That was another thing I did. Well, obviously not as much as I do now, but go to Clacton to see my nan. Again, that's not really doxing my nan. I mean, it kind of is, but the Clacton's a big place. Going to Clacton, going to the arcade, going to the sea, the beach, going to the amusement inside a bit. Remember going to Southend on sea as a kid with my mum.
I went there once.
Yeah, when was this? Recent or?
It was 2001.
Okay, what were you doing there?
It was a field trip, and I'm still not quite sure what we were supposed to learn.
Saying that, I think we did a trip to school. I don't know if it was the 2000s, it might have been, to Southend, and we walked the pier. You know, the big.
Yeah, we did that.
Apparently, it's the longest pier in the UK or something. And then
Yeah, I think so.
we got a train back, and then we went to this museum, and I think it was the museum of like transport or something, because it had like horse and carriage, and then it went from horse and carriage to the early they're not buses, but it's like horse and carriage, but like what's it called, the thing they're carrying is kind of like a bus, but not really, but if you know what I mean.
It's called an omnibus.
That's it, an omnibus. Yeah, I mean, I have fond memories, well, some fond memories of the 2000s. Like I said, I was a child, and so were you, of course, weren't you?
I was just a bit older than you. Never mind how much.
Yeah. What TV shows do you remember being on as a kid, like cartoons and stuff?
There were so many great ones. I remember Funhouse, but only just. I think I ended around the time I sort of started to form any memories. Let me think now. Well, my brother and sister, they liked Teletubbies and the Tweenies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got exposed to that. That was just great.
Yeah. Good times, Tweenies, Teletubbies.
Big for yourself.
Jimmy Savile was in an episode. Well, there was an episode where one of the adults in Tweenies did Jimmy Savile impression. And you know, a fun fact, they actually aired that episode the day he died.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Jimmy Savile.
Spooky or coincidence?
Oh, it was BBC as well, so.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
the conspiracy deepens. How deep does it go?
Swiftly moving on from Jimmy Savile. I remember they showed reruns as a kid of like Tots TV and Rosie and Jim. It's interesting about Tots TV. You have a strange connection to that show, technically, right? Oh.
Yeah, technically, my sister's in one of them.
Do you want to tell the story about that?
Sure. A long, long time ago, in a place called the 90s.
Ah, the 90s.
There was a young girl. Her name was Catherine.
Doxing your sister, but okay.
Well, her name is literally on the episode.
Okay, continue.
And her dad, my stepdad, he worked in TV, and he was the stage manager for Tots TV. And I don't know quite the full story, but apparently someone dropped out.
Yeah,
and so it's sort of like a last minute thing. Yeah, and so I don't know why my sister was even around, but she was there.
Yeah.
So she got to play a little girl in a dress shop, looking at I think like a fairy dress. I've not watched it for a while. No, I think it's a dress shop. Oh, a charity shop. I don't know. I can't really remember. But yeah, if anyone wants to find it, it's Tots TV, The Dress. I couldn't tell you what episode or what series.
It's on YouTube. I can probably try and link it in the bio if people want to watch it. Like I said, they were reruns of Tots TV as a kid. Like, or I think either they were reruns or my mum, because in the 2000s, I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong, most mums had VHSs of everything.
Yeah, that was the thing. Here's one. You've watched Tots TV, and how much French do you speak?
None.
Exactly.
I think as a kid, I didn't even know he was speaking French. I was like, what?
No, she just speaks weird.
Yeah, like she just speaks gibberish. Like, Oh yeah,
Sacragi.
Le baguette, croissant. I probably offended like 100 French people. I'm sorry. Nothing wrong with the French. French people were all right.
Can you call yourself English?
What other kids shows did you watch? 90s, 2000s, animated, live action.
Yeah, quite a few things. There's a show that I remember that no one else does called The Wild House.
No,
And that had a woman in it called Honeysuckle Weeks, I think her name is, and she was in that Foyle's War show and a few other things.
Right. Okay.
I remember really loving that as a kid, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah.
When I could get to the TV anyway.
All right. Well, we won't get into that. Did your mum ever Velcro the remote to the side of the TV?
No, we have more class than that.
What do you mean?
No, we use double-sided sticky tape.
Ah, okay. Because I remember my mum doing, or not remember, I remember seeing a photo asking her why the remote was on the side of the TV. So, like, firstly, don't lose it. Secondly, so we know where it is. Because I feel like that was it might still be a thing. Like when you lose the remote for the TV, you're like, oh god, what am I
Just like
do?
a big box with no use to anyone.
Yeah, God, the big old chunky. I remember when my parents for a long time had this big chunky fuck off silver TV, and it might have been Panasonic. And I also think it was a CRT. Is that what they're called? TV?
Yeah.
I think it was CRTV, and it was being this big fuck off TV, and it was just like, well, not well. I obviously didn't pick it up, but it looked heavy. It looked like if it fell on you, you probably would not, be breathing.
You're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah. But 2000s, they didn't care about TVs. Like nowadays, TVs are basically paper thin, aren't they? Like TVs are so fragile these days. You just have to be so careful when you pick it up. I saw one the other day. It was like a thin sheet of glass. I was like, how are you meant to like be so careful with that and not shatter? At least back in the day, you knew. Or actually saying that, if you drop one of those TVs, it's fucked. They stop working.
But to be fair, the old ones you have a habit of exploding if you drop them, so it's probably an upgrade.
This reminds me of Bottom.
Exactly like that.
When Eddie goes, he like rubs the top of the TV, and the TV goes, and it works. And then Richie does it, and it just explodes.
Explodes, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that's the thing you could do. If the TV was playing up, you could just smack the side of the TV or smack top of the TV, and it would work. And the old what are the things on top called? Aerials. The old aerials, and then they didn't work properly. Oh my god.
Yeah, those things were useless.
They worked, but you had to make sure they were in the right position. And if they moved an inch,
the right position was always right where you didn't need it to be.
And if they were like over a centimeter off, the TV would just go static. God, this is the thing about the 2000s, though. Like in the 90s as well, like it's like using the internet. You got any funny stories about using the internet?
No, I was quite a late adopter of the internet, actually.
Okay, what's late though?
2005.
Okay, you want a story? That's still 20
well, I don't know if anyone will find this even slightly interesting, but I am one of the many victims of MySpace being lost. My first 3 albums are long gone, thanks to them.
What's your earliest memories of the internet then? In 2005.
Just discovering random stuff. I used to love it. Just googling like 2 or 3 random words.
Yeah.
And just see what comes. You can't really do this anymore because now it's sort of very like AI and sort of focused on selling you stuff. Back then it was really just to sort of search random stuff. And just seeing just all kinds of really random stuff. And no matter how hard you tried, you'd always find, like on page 3 or 4, like the most random fetish porn you've ever seen in your life.
I mean, I didn't, but okay.
Yeah, sure you didn't.
Literally didn't. Like I remember my mum under the stairs. I think in both houses we lived in, she had a setup under the stairs. Not anymore, but back in the she had her monitor and her big giant monitor. Remember the big fuck off monitors? You thought the TVs were bad. Look at the how heavy the monitors and the big chunky PCs. Because that's what annoys me. People think that the monitor is a PC and they call it a PC. It's like, no, that's a monitor. That's the PC. That thing down there, the thing that you have to connect
Right,
to the
nerd.
monitor. But like, I remember playing.
Nerd.
I remember playing solitaire. I remember
Oh,
playing.
solitaire.
What's the game? The arcade game where you ping a ball and it goes into
I mean,
holes. and
pinball.
stuff. Pinball, yeah. I'm not a pinball wizard though, unfortunately. I don't play a mean pinball. But yeah,
Me
like
neither.
I used to use paint.
Oh yeah, I learned to draw on paint.
I used to use the spray graffiti one and just make crazy
Yeah, that's right.
things.
I think we all did it. I
I think,
had a tag and everything.
and not 2000s, but like 2010, 2011. Still, I'm not okay. I'm not going to limit that era. Nostalgia just means nostalgia from 20 years or 15 years or whatever. I remember.
Well, you know what nostalgia actually means?
I don't. You want to tell the
It
people?
means the pain from an old wound. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm nostalgic a lot of the time.
Anyway, I think I'm on my early Facebook pages of because I got Facebook in 2010. Facebook came out in 2004 when it originally something.
Yeah, it wasn't on my radar back
So
then. I joined in 2009.
I don't know how it is now, but I remember in 2010 you had to be over the age of 13.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Is it still the same? I don't know if it is or not.
No, I think I've changed that now.
But I lied obviously because I was 11.
Oh, everyone did back then.
And I remember going from old Facebook finding this superhero costume I made on Paint. I have to find it somewhere and put it in the video. But it was like my superhero costume. It had my initials on the torso. It was fucking awful, but it was in Paint. Because I think at the time that maybe it was XP, maybe it was 97. It was Windows 97.
No, 97 wouldn't be XP. That came out in I think
No,
2000, 2001.
Windows 97.
Was there Windows 97?
Or was it Windows 95?
Was it 98?
98, that's it, yeah. I remember my mum having Windows 98 and XP because I remember that background. If you know, you know. I'll insert a photo of the background of the just field, the hills, was it? It was like hills. But then you could.
It does actually have a name. I think it's called Bliss or something like that. It's a real photo. A lot of people think it's fake, but it's actually a real photo.
I remember finding out that you could change the background, and every time my mum would go on her computer, turn it on, I would make the background something different because I would just.
Oh, you could set it at random, so it changed every time.
I think she did that, but I did it like once. I was like, oh, and then I clicked on the photo. I was like, make wallpaper, and then she got really mad at me for using the. This is going to be a long one, by the way. We're 33 minutes in, so this is going to be a long one. I feel like I've talked too much, so I'm going to be quiet now and let Barnaby finish. Just take over.
Sure. And as you're being quiet, I'm going to invite the audience to go. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, be quiet. Just enjoy it. Enjoy.
In a time here, but anyway.
Enjoy the quiet. Let's stop talking now.
That's
Isn't it nice?
Please stop. That is very uncomfortable.
Well, you make it sound like it's like one of those self-hypnosis tapes.
What,
Relax.
from the 2000s or whatever.
Well, yeah. Do you remember Paul McKenna? I can make you fit. No, trust me, you can't.
The name rings a bell. What?
Oh yeah, my mum. She had quite a few Paul McKenna books and CDs actually, and I think I might actually have them. Let me tell you that the instant confidence one didn't help me out very much.
I remember these books as a kid. I forget what it's called, but it was in school, and it was like, were they siblings?
Are you thinking of Biff, Chip, and Kip or whatever they're called?
Yeah, yeah. There's like Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2, Key Stage 3 versions.
Oxford Reading Tree.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, we had those. Oh, God. I try not to think about it. Although I still don't know which one is which. You know, is it Biff, Chip, or Kip? And I found out a while back they do actually have canonical real names.
Should you
And
look
if I
it
remember
up?
right, one of them was called Philip.
Should you look it
I
up?
think
I'll
that's
look it
Chip.
up.
Yeah, look it up.
Biff, Chip,
I
and
found
Chip.
out that later on that Floppy was the dog, which is a good thing because no teenage boy needs to go through being called Floppy.
So they were created in 1986.
Well,
I
really?
don't think they're around anymore. But so
No,
Biff,
I
so
don't think
Biff,
they make them anymore.
Biff was the sister. Chip was the brother, and Kipper was the younger brother. And I think Kipper was a blonde one. And their parents,
Yeah, that
well,
helps.
yeah, Floppy. Um, yeah, 130
Here's
countries.
a fun fact. I was in a school play based on
Wow.
one of those books.
Oh yeah, what's that? You want to talk about that? I'll look this up.
Sure, sure. I can't remember exactly. I think it's called Sick or Dad is Sick or something like that,
Yeah,
or Mum is
yeah.
Sick. I can't remember. Anyways, so it's quite an annoying story, really.
Uh-huh.
The whole family except for Dad get well, just as they have spots. I don't know if it's like measles or chickenpox or what.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go all manosphere on you here
Oh yeah.
and say, so it's what's the word they say? Misandry.
Yeah.
Saying that men are just incompetent waste of space, and Dad has to do the shopping and prepare food for the family. I think as I recall. And then at the end, he's knackered. All I remember is the lead actor. I best not say his name. I just remember saying, "What a job!" So I was like, "Oh, it's so difficult to do your shopping." And at the end, oh, Dad had spots.
Okay, so Biff, the sister was called Elizabeth. Chip, his name was David. Good name. Christopher was Kipper.
Yeah, I totally see how that translates.
What was
No, I don't.
What was the other book? It's like we can't go under it. We have to go over it.
Going on a bear hunt.
Bear hunt. Oh my god, my memory's so bad. That was a book. We're going on a bear hunt. That was Michael Wayne.
Yeah,
Rosen,
Michael
wasn't it?
Rosen.
Well, see, I don't know.
Nice.
I didn't know that was Michael Rosen because I didn't know he was an author. But I know who he is because he's like a.
You didn't know he was not. What did you think he did? Just some random guy who sat sat in a white room and
nice.
Yeah,
that's what I thought he was, but I didn't know he was an author. But yeah, that book.
Not much. Not much of a career, is it? Nice.
We're going on a bear hunt.
Nice.
1989.
Was it really?
Shit, that's old. But I remember speaking about plays. My school, my primary school, my first primary school. Won't get into it. We won't get into that side of school. My school put on Bugsy Malone as a kid. Well, obviously it was a kid friendly. Well, Bugsy Malone was already kid friendly, but it was on a budget, and I remember it being the best thing I ever saw. And then, speaking of, were you ever in Christmas? What's it called?
Oh, Christmas plays, the Nativity.
Plays, Nativity. Did you ever get a role in the Nativity?
Nah.
I played a sheep. And I kept talking. I kept talking.
I remember I was some wheat once.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we were swaying.
Are you playing wheat? How does that? That's not even a role. That's that. They were like, you know what? You know what? You know what? Like there were so many people, like so many things. Like yeah, wheat. I feel like a sheep is better than wheat.
And another one, I was a tramp on another Christmas one, which is a very weird version of the Divinity.
Wait, you're
We
a Trump in the nativity. Do you, do you remember going into like the assemblies and singing songs like "Cauliflower's fluffy and cabbage is green"?
yeah, we did that one.
And what was the other one?
Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna,
Do
sing
you know?
to
I
the
remember right.
King of Kings.
So my second primary school, the one that is in near the one that you went to earlier, the shops that you went to earlier, that one. I'm not going to say it because that is a bit much. I remember assemblies, they would always do like certificates, and they would always play this
Yeah,
one song.
I got one certificate my entire school.
What was that?
I got one certificate my entire school career, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what it was for, really.
So I remember they used to do this like award thing, and they would always play this song. And it goes, "What have you done to me to make me feel proud?" And I don't know who sings it, but that song is like stuck in my
Heather
head.
Small.
It's
The
what?
M people. Heather Small.
Heaven Small.
Heather.
Heaven
Hev.
Small.
You know this one? Yeah.
What have you done to me? And that was all the song they would play every single time, every single week. I remember my secondary school, my first secondary school. Again, not getting into it. But they used to give out these postcards. I don't know if your sister ever had any or not. They would give out these postcards, like if you did good in a lesson, and
I don't
no,
know. I don't know. Don't remember.
maybe she was not as well behaved as I was. I don't know. I mean, to be
Well, my
honest,
sister.
yeah, I feel like she wasn't a teacher's pet in school, but she definitely wasn't, misbehaving in school, from what I remember.
Well, that was a
Anyway,
nickname, wasn't it? Misbehavior.
misbehavior. Yeah, that's what she went by. That's actually her legal name, misbehavior. That's what she was named at birth. Anyway, yeah, I remember getting these like postcards. They were like these things like achievements. You did well, and I think if you had enough, you get like a treat or something. I don't know. It was the 2010s. At this point. I remember gold.
I don't remember anything like that. We did have a slightly weird thing at my school, where if it was someone's birthday, they had a
Yeah.
birthday cake. It was
Oh
made out
yeah.
of plaster.
Yeah. They're what?
It was made out of plaster.
Huh?
It wasn't that. It was like a fake, like prop cake, and
What?
they did put candles on it.
Okay.
And it's all. It was really weird. It's like all the fun of having a birthday cake, with also weirdly none of the fun of having a birthday cake.
What fucking school did you go to?
We're not going to get into that.
No. I remember in that school that you went to shops earlier. That one. I'm going to keep saying that because you know what I'm on about. The one near you. I remember.
The one that's a mile from where I actually live. Yeah.
It's just a hallway. It's just a straight hallway, and there's one bit that goes into the assembly hall. But it was a very small school. I don't know if it still is. I assume it is. It was just a very small school with a playground, and there was a field that was technically not the school field, but it was used for the school. And then there were like these little wooden huts. And then I remember that school very well. I remember my first primary school when I moved to where I currently live. I don't remember anything. No, actually, I remember my old. I remember when I was in nursery before I moved here. But yeah, remember prefects? Were you ever were you ever a prefect?
Was I a prefect?
I don't know. I don't know.
You must have gone to posher schools than me.
We had prefects in my school. We had like class, not like class presidents, but we had something similar. I remember that being a thing in school.
No, we never had that.
I mean, school wasn't great for me, but we're not going to get into that.
No, school was awful for me, but there you go.
But it's just like I feel like kids, like I said, kids today, it's like they have it so easy, don't they?
Depends on your point of view.
I don't know. I just feel like everything's on a phone now.
Yeah, they'll never know the joys of sitting around doing nothing, waiting for people to turn up.
I wanna.
Or sitting through the evening news waiting for cartoons to start. Or I think it was The Simpsons.
We're 45 minutes in, so I feel like we should leave it
Do you
here.
want to go for the hour? Or?
That's up to you. No.
No, he's going to be getting into kind of a therapy session there.
Yeah.
And
Too
so
deep
school
now.
wasn't good for you. Yeah, tell me about that.
But yeah, I feel like I talked way too much. I do apologize. We will try and work on that. But then again, you're not really a talker, are you?
No, I'm a musician.
And what are you saying? Oh, I want you to lead the way in the podcast, and I'll just follow you, or something like that.
Yeah.
Take control. Apparently, you like people.
Much like the opening track on U2's first album, I will follow.
What was that? Say that again.
Much like the opening track on U2's first album, I will follow.
How the fuck are you listening to them?
Just happen to know that weird bit of trivia. Don't worry about it.
I feel like Bono's worse than Morrissey, and I despise Morrissey. There it is. Shit talking Morrissey.
You know the difference between Bono and God?
What's that?
Do you know the difference between Bono and God?
What's that?
God doesn't walk around Dublin thinking he's Bono.
I remember you saying that, Joe. But I feel like Morrissey's a cunt. All right. Anyway,
I think I misheard you there.
I said Stephen Patrick Morrissey is a hunter.
Yeah, I think I might misheard you. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
It means he is a vagina head.
Well, he's got a good quiff on him.
Queef. All right. Let's swiftly move on from Patrick, Stephen, whatever the fuck his name is. Anyway, right, we're gonna close things off again, and we will try and work on the whole talking. But I just feel like Barnaby doesn't really talk. Well, he does, but like I said, he wants me to take control because he's into that. Apparently,
into a lot of things. Never you mind what they are.
Big ladies as well, I think. All right, we're gonna put.
You're referring to stories because you're on thin ice.
I'm actually not on ice at all. So, all right, okay. Thank you for listening. If you are, if you haven't, if not, you know, like I said, it was a different episode. I felt like we didn't have to research. There was a bit of research finding about the real names of, what was it, Kipper, Dipper, Chipper, and Pipper, or something like that. I don't know.
Biff, Chip, and Kipper. How I'd love to see them go feet first through a wood chipper.
I mean, they're children, so that's a bit dark.
That's no defense.
Okay. All right. So, wanna say anything? Before we finish this episode of episode 6?
We're up to 6 now, are we?
Yeah, we are almost at 7.
Don't say it.
Saying,
Don't say it.
A quick question though: what age do kids lose their baby teeth?
About 6, 7.
He said it. All right. Anyway,
so what?
Nothing. All right. Do you wanna say anything? Promote anything? You got any upcoming music? You got any tour dates coming up, or getting a
Tour
band?
dates, mate. I don't leave the house.
I mean, you did earlier, but okay.
That was for essential.
that weird interaction with that lady.
That was so I didn't die.
That sounds wrong. Okay, anything you want to say before we put an end to this?
Every time I go outside, it's a weird interaction.
I mean, where you live is a weird place, but
What do you think I live here?
yeah, you fit right in. Okay,
Exactly.
okay. But please, just say something.
Boobs. Have you now?
No, just put an end to the fucking podcast.
Oh, you want to go? You want to leave me like all the others? They all leave me in the end. Why does everyone leave me? You can tell me straight.
I can't tell anything straight, mate.
You can tell me straight. Yeah, I'd respect you. Is it me?
I can't tell anything straight.
Have you got bad breath or BO or something?
I can't tell anything straight.
No, I didn't like to say.
All right, okay. That's it's a good night from me.
See ya.
You're not gonna.
It's just us now. She's gone now. What should we talk about, gang? Well, see, I can't hear you because this is a pre-recorded thing. But not a lot of people know this, but I can actually read minds. So I'll do your trick right now. So think of the most weird, obscure thing you possibly can, and I'll guess it. It's coming through. It's coming through. Oh, that's horrible. Don't think that about me. Some people.
Okay, all right. It's a good night from me, and it's a good night from him.